When Dad walked off the plane's wing, got into the water, went up there, he realized immediately that the crew, all other 4 crew members, were seriously injured. He did have his first aid kit. He bandaged Lawson's wounds with bandages from the first aid kit and used his handkerchief on another wound of Lawson's. They had to use dirty Chinese rags for the other injured crew members, but Dad was very dutiful for those especially those first couple of days, but also the ensuing days, in keeping a close eye on each member of the injured crew, trying to tend to their wounds as best that he could. He also helped give the members of the crew some sustenance when they were traveling further inland, because he had a cup with him, and he would collect rainwater, and he would move around to each member of the crew, give them sips of water. Basically, he was kind of like their 24/7 nurse for those first few days, and he didn't get much sleep. He was just extremely compassionate, very concerned about the crew. In fact, at one point, when they were moving across the island, when they saw the Japanese boat and stuff, the Chinese asked Dad if he wanted to leave to escape, because there was concern that the crew might be captured by the Japanese, which would have meant certain, torture, possible execution, death, whatever. But he refused. He stayed with his crew, even though he was the only enlisted man in the crew. He was just committed to getting those guys to safety.
Talk a little bit about your father's war service after the raid.
After he came back to the United States and they had the award ceremony up in D.C., he had a couple of weeks of R&R, so he was able to go back home for a little bit, and then he received his next orders. He was assigned to Camp McDill, which is near Tampa, Florida, and he would be an engineer, gunner, and a mechanic for the B-26 Marauder, which was another 2-engine medium-range bomber. So he went down there, was stationed down there for a while, and then they got orders to go over to North Africa.